Rastafari is a black power movement with a spiritual nucleus. It is the only black power movement that come in the West that have at its center a spiritual awakening. And that is why Rastafari is so unique in the Western world. It's fighting for the liberation of African people. Even though, especially in a reggae music, you hear people are twist it and turn it round to make it mean something different. That means white people all over the place now cannot jump up on a tongue about one love, one heart, let's get together and be all right. Yet still them don't go tell them family. These young white Rasta youth will come from Italy and Germany. Them don't sit down and talk to them parents about our struggle, our liberation. But when a reggae concert, them a jump up about Jah Rastafari and a jump up about this and this and that. And now we're the most red, gold and green. And I go like say them is more Rasta than you who come from Jamaica and who has talk about Rasta. How that possible? How we allow that? Because them a usurp our thinking again, just like how them usurp and tell us say Egypt, no in Africa. When we hear about Egypt, when I was a child and I hear about Egypt, I think say Egypt was a place in the sky. Because I never know says black people are build the pyramids them and all them something. I never know that. I never know that because all of a sudden you says some space people build the pyramid. We don't know says black people. As a matter of fact, we demonize Egypt because the Bible talk about Israel and Egypt. And most Rasta see themselves as Israelite. So them say, yeah, Pharaoh are wicked, Egypt this and Egypt that. Yet still Egypt is the one of the cradles of civilization. So how we make them do that? How they make we come to free them thinking. And them come to free them thinking and engulf it and push it in a way that we now start to say, yeah, well, you know, we are all one and we are all this and we are all that and all them something. Of course, we are all human beings. But there's a liberation struggle that is need to be won before we start talking about one love, one heart, let's get together and be all right. There's a liberation struggle that need to be fought from everyone away. Everyone away need to fight it before we can say, yes, this is that and this is that. Because we know say human beings is human beings. But it's not all human beings going to the craziness where black people are going through, where African people are going through. And if we don't find out and realize that philosophy, that whole one race superior is racism, we're going to always hug up this and hug up that and hug up that and then lose focus. We're going to lose focus and sell out Africa again. And Rasta will talk about this and Rasta will talk about that. Them go and go like say everything okay. Now when you see them all in Europe, just like the leaders them in Africa. When you go, me personally witness it. When you go to Paris, I will heap of them politicians. They pure white woman them they with. Nobody don't know that in them go to Africa. Because when them go to Africa, them go like say them is black and black and black and black. And when you see them in Europe in some party, a pure white people them hug up and gone to sleep with them. And you have Rasta. Musician and artists, them dep on tour. It's that them do. Them lose the post, them lose the focus. And that is what we need. We need a focus. Rastafari is a liberation movement.
The translation of it from this manuscript is saying that Jesus Christ did have a wife. A news come out about this well, I don't know if it's an archaeologist, but she appeared to be a big scholar in the theological vibes there, you know, them theologians who is always digging up and finding things. Well, apparently this scholar, this woman who is a well-respected PhD, all the other accolades that them have on your name when you go through some big theological universities, them find a manuscript. And the manuscript is a very ancient manuscript, dated, well, they never put no date on it, but is a long time manuscript them find. And this manuscript is said to have some words of Jesus Christ on it. These words is not in the Bible. So it's a new piece of the Bible them find. And some pan papyrus paper. Them find it pan the papyrus paper. And where it say, the translation of it from this manuscript is saying that Jesus Christ did have a wife. This is a serious thing because many people have been saying that over the years. But now, if this is legitimate, where you're going to hear about it, is that Jesus is making reference to his wife, Mary. Now, can you imagine all these nuns over the years who was celibate, we never want to have no sex because they are the bride of Christ. You can imagine all of these nuns get jealous and all say, oh, Jesus should have a woman with them. It's a terrible thing. Because they thought that they were the women of, or the bride. Because you know, these nuns married to Christ, you know. Them have an all ring, you know. Where them give them everything to Christ. And them sit up in these nunneries. For centuries it has been going on. Can you imagine if this, well, you know, them not going to accept it. Them not going to accept it. I don't care what we're finding fine and how legitimate it is and how historical it is. Them not going to agree with it. But all these monks will sit up in the monasteries who has been masturbating themselves and has been troubling little boys because them take oath of celibacy to the Lord. Figure years, you know, that them find words by Jesus Christ that him did have a wife. Now the Da Vinci Code, where did I go and kick up rumpus over the couple years ago, did state such. There is a movie named The Last Temptation of Jesus Christ, where it mentions such union between this woman that them call Mary of Magdala and Jesus Christ. And many other books have been written about the union between Mary and Jesus. My argument is that why is it that the Roman Catholic Church is so hung up on no sex? It's like sex is a sin from them time there until now. Them put a taboo upon sex. And we see sex as, I mean, the worst thing. It's a terrible thing, you know, because you have all a woman and una go on and a go on and a go on and you have all a girlfriend and your wife or your woman who you live with, she will accept that you have a friend. But you see, from sugar, you say you and the woman outside go have sex. Now it changed the whole thing, you know. It changed the whole thing now. So you can't just have a friend and like have no sex not coming right. And you have man who claims him love him woman, you know. Love her. And him say, yes, I know sex, you know, it's love, genuine love. And you see, if you remember what you say, she have sex with the next woman out there, I done him done with her. So love, sex stronger than love in the Western world where sex destroy people. Sex get you mad and some people take sex with love. So it's a weird thing because the church started, the church create that evil thing around the sex. Them all claim say Eve first curse was the idea of she having pain in childbirth. And them have a woman named Mary who them claim never have no sex to bring forth a child in the world. So you can see how the Roman Catholic Church, because the Roman Catholic Church started, because Rome get it from Greece, Greece get it from Egypt. But the thing with it that Egyptians saw it as a myth. It was a myth in Egypt. It was a myth in most indigenous societies where we hear about the gods, and the gods, like all in the Egyptian, in the Greek mythology where you have Zeus. Zeus was a what do you call it now, a god who just have all sort of woman, whole heap of woman. So in a Rome, sex wasn't almost a perversion as how we see it. In Christian society, it become perverted to the point where now you start to think about sex, you feel that you're sin. Most man think about sex in a 5 minutes. The amount of time where a normal man think about sex. If his wife ever know, if his wife ever know his mind. But most man now go say him think about sex. But it's real. It's real thing. It's real thing. Most man in a 3 minutes, every 3 minutes, a man think about sex. Every 3 minutes, a man think about sex. And any woman out there, if your man tell you say, don't go so lie about tell him say Muta say, every 3 minutes, a man think about sex. You understand? If him tell you say, Muta talk foolishness, Muta talk foolishness, you have, especially when you get older. Especially when you get older. Because when you get older, everything can go left, you know. So you have to repellish it when you get older. Because when you get older, everything can go left, you know. So you have to repellish it when you're thinking. And that's how you have to start to think, not things. You know, see, you have some man, I look at some young girl out there that if I go like, if I walk with her wife, that I go like, that look. When the wife did eyes him sideways, you know. I look at him sideways to see if him see her because she look at her too, you know. The thing is that woman always look at a woman where if you feel such a pretty thing, a woman look at the woman first. She look at her, and then when she look at the woman, how the woman look, shaped and thing, she eyes you around the car that obviously if you are look, you make sure say you don't look. Because it's almost like say you eye rape her. You say, where you look at her so far? It's a serious thing. So the sex thing is a serious problem. It's a serious problem. We have a serious decadent mind when it comes on to sex. We have a serious, what you call, sinful way toward this sex. And where we know say, we can't escape it. And in the Western world, it becomes so perverted. It becomes very perverted. And the Christian mindset even make it more perverted. Because the more you put stigma upon it, is the more you sin against it. Because the law, not there to save you, you know, the law there to kill you. Because law not come out of conscience, law come out of societal practices, not necessarily societal practices, but law come out of how people in a society decide, say, they're going to keep the society in line. So them create certain laws, but necessarily, sometimes the law is against the people. Sometimes the law make you sin more. Sometimes the law make you do things where it's like how a man make ganja illegal. You have some man that say ganja shouldn't be illegal, but the law said. And until the law say it legal, you go always have people that go jail feed. So when the law make it legal now, how you go compensate all the people that you lock up for ganja over the years? Because sometimes the law can sit in, or the lawyers, the people who make the law, can sit in and legislate that we can make that law redundant based upon for what is taking place now. You understand? Just like how we read in the Bible that them say, if a man commit adultery, he must be put to death, just like a homosexual. But now, it's all right for be an adulterer in a Jamaica, but it's all right for be a homosexual. I don't know. You should have someone start stone some man, because the whole of we guilty of adultery. You know what I'm saying? So, you have a man now where him not say nothing wrong with adultery, you know, but him, God bless him would have killed him that stone a homosexual. Because to him, homosexuality is worse, the worst thing a man can do. Because it threatens female sexuality. And the woman now, she can't take no recourse against it more than say, me I left you, you know, me I left you, and I threw the pity them, me not left you already, you know, and I left something there. And the same Bible will tell us homosexuality, a man for dead because of homosexuality. The same Bible will tell us adultery for dead too. As a matter of fact, the Bible have a way for y'all tell you, say, if you have a vineyard, you must plant certain food with next food. Yeah, serious thing. That's why all man take all oat against vine food. You have bubble them when I eat no vine food. Because number 6 tell you say you must drink no wine or nothing from the vine and all these things. So it's really a concept where man come up with in certain things. So the Roman Catholic have a monopoly for a certain vibe and come on to Christianity. And them create these laws for make you sin. Yeah, you have societies now where it don't matter to them. You know, see, you have in Africa, polygamy. In Africa, polygamy is more accepted than homosexuality. In the West, homosexuality is more accepted than polygamy. As a matter of fact, to the USA newspaper poll, said that most Americans believe that polygamy is worse than homosexuality. Most Americans believe that polygamy is where a man have more than one wife. Monogamy is when a man have one wife or a woman have one husband. Polyandry is when a woman have more than one husband. And then now me I hear about a new one named polymony, where a couple is involved with more than one relationship and the whole of them agree with the whole heap of relationship where the whole of them have. So you have polygamy, where it's practiced in the most Eastern societies, including Africa. Like the president of South Africa, Zuma, he have 5 wives. He come here with one the other day. I don't know who I try to show off. But I know he have 5 wives, and everybody know he have 5 wives. Zuma, the president of South Africa, have 5 wives. And it's not unusual for a Zulu have 5 wives. In the Hebrew tradition, a man allowed to have like 7 wives. Me go to Cameroon, and me book a man, we have 72 wives. The man there is a madman. Definitely. Because one is enough for 2. I mean, you got away 3, 4, but when you got 72. The problem with in marriage, you know, is that, and it's a weird thing, because I see some things in Africa where it should have blown some people's mind, you know. I see a man, I sit down with them and I reason with them, you know. The man married to the 2 sisters them. Him have, you know, Jamaican people kind of classity, you know, and I go like say something. Because when you go to a country, Trust me, cousin and cousin, they're together, this and that, and family, this for the relationship, and all them something, and I go like it not happening, you know. But the man have him two wife, them his sister. We book a next one where this is weird. Like the two of them, the two people them engage. But the arrangement is that before they're married, the man can deal with who he want to deal with, and the woman can deal with who she want to deal with. But this is when they're married now, they have to give a commitment to the marriage that way there. You're thinking at Jamaica, you could have got engaged that woman. And I tell her, I say, all right, like me not married yet. You can't go and deal with my whole-time girlfriend. Should that chopper have a figure with a ring for it? Believe you me, the engagement ring. But it's different strokes for different folks, you know. In different societies, certain things happen, certain things work, where you would have looked upon as weird. You understand? But it's not really weird to them. Like it's weird in America, especially in Jamaica, you know. I mean, the monogamous thing kind of stifling. Believe you me, monogamy kind of stifling. Consider and say most man is by nature polygamous, and you can't work out a polygamy there in a country where tell you say, boy, right now if you go married, one of married, bigamy that is an unlawful thing. So Rome come and Rome set up certain laws and set up certain doctrine, and in them religion thing, them cars now. That's why you have so much pedophiles and so much priests where the little boys, and the homosexuality is rampant amongst priests because they must stifle a certain part of them what is real. They must stifle it. You know, see? And through them must stifle it now, them turn to, well, part of the Bible they tell you to, in our Romans, when Paul talk about because of them perversion of the Lord, give them up to unusual behavior, men turn into men and women turn into women and all these things. So, them set up themselves, perversion, and then them now turn around now, and you who now accept these things now, you is seen as uncivilized, you is seen as not keeping up with the times. You understand? And if you don't accept these things now, you are labeled all sort of name, big name like homophobic and all these words where we never hear about. When me like a pick, me never know name homophobic. We think was an instrument where people play. You understand? Although we are hear some big word. But these paper, these papyrus that them find, or this woman find, I don't know how effective it's going to be upon the thinking of Christians. Because maybe you don't even hear about it more than so. You understand? Again. But as we say, when we talk certain things all 2-3 weeks down the line, you hear it just coming at the newspaper then. But look out for that news there because it's going to be a serious thing.